A very warm welcome to the Engineer's Bullet. In this video, we will discuss about the communication system part 2 and we will see about the amplitude modulation. In the previous video, we have seen the need of modulation and now we will see about the amplitude modulation and its important questions which will come in in any examination. So we will start with the first of all theory, and in the next coming video we will see the important questions which has come in the state service examination and the engineering service examination. So let's start with the amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation is the phenomena in which the amplitude of the carrier wave is varied linearly with the message signal amplitude variations. So this is the expression st is equal to AC1 plus Ka mt cos 2 pi fct. AC is the carrier amplitude, Ka is the amplitude sensitivity of modulator, mt is the message signal. So from this expression you can find out the multiple variables, and this expression is very helpful in calculating the and in solving the very important questions which has come in different examinations. So this is next point is bandwidth. Bandwidth of the AM signal is 2 times of message signal frequency. So this is an important formula for exam point of view. And next is modulation index, mu is equal to Ka into AM, and second formula is Amax minus Amin upon Amax plus Amin, and third is AM by AC. So the question which has asked in the any examination is based on these three formulas. So you have to learn these three formulas to solve any type of questions which has come about the modulation index. So these are the three important formulas. Mu is actually known as the percentage of modulation if expressed in the percentage. So these are the three conditions of the modulation index. Mu if less than 1, then it is known as under modulation, and mu is equal to 1 is known as critical modulation. So these are the two cases which are used for envelope detection. So if mu is less than is equal to 1, then the detection technique we use is envelope detection, and if condition is mu greater than 1, then it is known as over modulation, and the detection method is used is synchronous detection. So this is about the conditions of modulation index. So generalized way in amplitude modulation, if modulation index is more than 100%, then wave get distorted. So this you can see from this figure. Then if the mu is greater than 1, then if we take the envelope detection output, suppose if mu is greater than 1 and if this signal is passed to the envelope detection, then you will get the phase reversal. So wave get distorted in that case. So therefore the overall जो ओवर मॉड्यूलेटेड सिग्नल है उसको हम जो है पास करते हैं अगर स्क्वायर लॉ मॉड्यूलेटर से, तो इट विल क्रिएट अ डिस्टॉर्शन, एंड इफ we want to recover the over modulated signal, then it should be passed through the synchronous detector. So this is the case of AM greater than AC. As we know that mu is equal to AM by AC, so if AM is greater than AC, it means that mu is greater than 1. It represents the over modulation and carrier frequency will experience the 180-degree phase reversal. So this is the case of distortion. So in order to recover the over modulated signal, we have to see about the synchronous detection. So this is the three important formula for exam point of view for modulation or power efficiency. This you have to learn the three cases. First case is square wave. If the signal is square wave, then efficiency is mu square upon 1 plus mu square. And second is sinusoidal wave, which we are using generally in any examination, mu square upon 2 plus mu square. And third is triangular wave. Triangular wave we use here the 3 plus mu square. So if you asked about the maximum efficiency which you can get is 50% in case of the square wave. If in square wave, if mu is equal to 1, it means the critical modulation, then you will get the efficiency of 50%. So this is the important three conditions for the modulation efficiency in case of square wave, sinusoidal wave and triangular wave. Now this is an important point. The balanced modulator is used mainly to suppress the carrier signal in order to create the single sideband and double sideband. And the next point is in the linear diode detector, negative peak clipping, which is also known as diagonal clipping, results due to these are the two cases due to which the negative peak clipping or diagonal clipping occurs. If we take the time constant larger, then diagonal clipping occurs, and if the ratio of AC to DC load impedance is low, then again the diagonal clipping case occurs. So you have to learn these two cases In this cases, diagonal clipping occurs. Now, this is a question which is asked in the ESE examination. As compared to the collector modulation of transistor, base modulation has. So which of the following is correct? Then the correct answer is it requires a lower modulating power requirements. So this is option C is the correct answer. Now it is a case that if the message signal is non-sinusoidal and contain the multiple frequencies like FM1, FM2, FM3, and the frequency of the carrier wave is FC. Then you have asked about the frequency of the modulated signal. Then it will be the FC plus minus FM1, FC plus minus FM2, FC plus minus FM3, and so on. So you can calculate the using the case of non-sinusoidal and the multiple frequency. Then output of the modulated signal frequency is this. So non-sinusoidal means square wave, rectangular wave, or sawtooth wave. These are the non-sinusoidal waves, and it will contain the odd harmonics. This we will learn about the odd harmonics in the signal system when we will start the fresh new subject, signals and systems. So this I have summarized these formulas in the one slide, in which you have given the multiple formulas which has been asked about the different questions, and these questions are asked multiple times in any examination, so you can solve any type of problems by using these formulas. First of all, carrier power, if you are asked, then it is AC square by 2R. AC is the carrier amplitude and R is the normalized resistance. Second is the total sideband power. It is the PC mu square by 2. This is an important formula, and in the previous examination, like it happens in the state services, UPPCL, UKPSC, then these questions are repeatedly asked about the using the formula PC mu square by 2. Average sideband power is just the half of the total sideband power. Peak output power is AC plus AM square by 2R. Transmitted power is PC 1 plus mu square by 2. This is very important formula. Efficiency is mu square upon 2 plus mu square in case of sinusoidal frequency, sinusoidal wave. And the last is power saving, and this question is asked in the GATE and ESE, that find the power saving with respect to the DSB-SC. So this is the 2 upon 2 plus mu square. This is the power saving formula. So now we will start with the generation and detection of the amplitude modulation. In amplitude modulation generation, then this is the two methods which are used. It's switching modulator, and by using switching modulator we can find out these modified parameters of the amplitude sensitivity and carrier amplitude. Next is square law modulator. Is an important point of view for the numerical point of view. Then this is Ka is equals to 2A2 by A1, and AC dash means modified carrier amplitude is A1 into AC. So in square law modulator we use the band pass filter. This is a asked question, which type of filter is used in the square law modulator. Next is amplitude modulation detection. In this we use three techniques. First is square law demodulator, in which low pass filter is used, and this case is not suitable for large amplitude message signal because it will cause the maximum harmonic distortion, and it is 25% for the completely modulated signal. So this case we generally not used because of the distortion. Next is synchronous detection. This case is used if mu is greater than 1. And third is envelope detection, and this case is best suited for the mu is less than equal to 1. So this is about the amplitude modulation detection. Now if we discuss the case of amplitude modulation detection by using envelope detection, then envelope detector is a asynchronous detector. So this is the asked question, which type of detector is envelope detector is asynchronous detector. Next is, in this case we use the diode half wave rectifier, which is followed by the RC low pass filter. As it is RC low pass detector, then it comprises the envelope detector. The output of the detector represent the envelope of the incoming high frequency signal. Means if we take the output of detector, then it will the envelope of the incoming high frequency signal, and this case is used for the FSK frequency shift keying signals. And the RC is governed by the depth of modulation and highest modulating signal frequency. So this case we will see that diagonal clipping will occur in the envelope detector if the condition is other than this. If RLC is greater than 1 by FM, if we take the case RLC greater than 1 by FM, then diagonal clipping will occur. Now we will have to know that what is diagonal clipping. Diagonal clipping will occur if we take the too much high value of the RLC time constant. That and it will result in the, it will not follow the fast fall in the modulating signal envelope. So we have the two cases. If we take the very low value of the RC, then it will result in the, and too much of ripples will be created. So if we take the case of the high value of RC, then it will leads to not follow the fast fall in the modulating signal envelope. So we have to exclude these two extreme cases, and we have to take the consider the this case of 1 by FC less than RLC less than 1 by FM. So this is an important formula for exam point of view, and this type of question has arisen in multiple times in the GATE and ESE. Okay, this is the RLC less than under root में 1 by mu square and upon mu into omega m. So if you are given the RLC and you have given the massive signal frequency, then you can calculate easily the modulation index. Okay, so these are the case valid for the single tone sinusoidal signal. So these the points which I have written in this slide, it has come in different examinations. So you need to worry about the full concept. It has included all the points which has come in the different examination. So last point is, to avoid the DC, the rate of discharge of the capacitor voltage should be greater than the rate of decrease of modulating voltage. So this is a case of diagonal clipping. So these are the figures in which input modulation is square wave and the output from the annular detector is like a AM wave, and which has the ripples in the waveform because of the very low value of RC, and these are the diagonal clipping which occurs due to the high value of RLC. So negative clipping is also known as diagonal clipping. Now if we take the question of this on this topic, is that the linear diode detector just giving the output, giving the diagonal clipped output when the output is the amplitude modulated signal modulated by the single frequency modulating signal. So we have asked about the which of the following can remove this distortion. So according to this formula, we have seen that RLC is less than equal to less than in under root 1 minus mu square upon mu into omega m. It means if you have to decrease the diagonal clipping, then you have to reduce the carrier frequency. This statement is correct. You have to reduce the modulation index because RLC is inversely proportional to modulation index, and you have to reduce the filter time constant. So these are the three cases which by using this reduction you can remove this type of distortion. So this is about the amplitude modulation, and in this video we have covered the all theories and important points which has come in different examination, and in the next coming video we will discuss the practice question on this type on this topic, and you will get the sufficient information and practices about this topic. So thank you very much.